This is me in the 5th grade. Huge glasses, uninspiring hair, of course, kid stick body, but what do you expect in 5th grade? Well, to be more accurate, this is me in the 5th grade. In fact, many teachers could hardly give a physical description of me for two very good reasons. First, I was always reading. Always. I'd get in trouble for reading during playtime or for sneaking books in gym class. The second reason was, of course, that I was incredibly, utterly, completely forgettable. Of course, this landed me squarely in the land of the geek, where I was quite comfortable. Following the natural progression of things, this led to Dungeons & Dragons, 7th grade to present. Of course, also Pathfinder and White Wolf and Dragonlance and Savage Worlds, and, well, you get the idea. I was also in the SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronisms. We dress up and pretend we're people from the Middle Ages. It's pretty great. I was also in Taekwondo from the ages 6 to 17. The summer before my junior year of high school, I convinced my parents to let me get contacts. Ninjas don't rock glasses, it just kills the whole thing. My grades were perfect and I was a good kid, so they agreed. I went from one, well, to the other. That same summer, the puberty fairy came for a visit. At the risk of sounding vain, I went from being blissfully invisible to being a hot girl. James, I'm sure you know the nature of geek girls. Generally speaking, we don't do so well in the spotlight. Not only that, but my social skills were that of the stereotypical geek. Awkward. So awkward. My friend Patrick and my friend Sonia didn't really want to hang out anymore. Sonia moved in the middle of the year anyway, but still. Patrick, my best friend, refused to speak to me and said I'd become one of them. Suddenly I found myself alone. The only people who would talk to me were my teachers and the really crude guys who felt it necessary to make lewd comments daily. I didn't even know how to interact with people normally because guys would always make sexual comments and the girls would laugh at me. I didn't wear makeup and still dressed in my geeky, non-trendy way. To say it was uncomfortable might be a bit of an understatement. Thankfully, I went to college and met some great geeky friends. It wasn't until I was 19 years old that I finally got the courage to ask a guy out. It wasn't until I was 23 that a guy asked me for my phone number. Of course, now that I'm on Facebook, all the guys from high school feel confident enough to hit on me, but I'm happy with my geeky boyfriend. As far as hot girl perks go, I did model for a few years to help pay for tuition. I got out because, well, a lot of hot girls are really hateful. I was also worried about what modeling did for young girls looking at body image expectations. And, well, to be a bit shallow, it was interfering with my Savage Worlds game. I've told you my story for one reason. Most people seem to think I'm of the opinion that I'm worth more than they are, and that's not true. My crippling social awkwardness stems from years of social isolation, followed by a severe case of people failing to see me as an actual human being. Yes, I know there are very mean, very cruel, and very shallow-seeming hot girls out there. I've met quite a few. However, that doesn't mean that every attractive woman who freezes up in a sudden social scenario is of this type. That being said, I still think the girls who hogged the bench were being jerks. So that's my story, James. Maybe people will look at this and say, oh, hot girl woes, big deal, but there it is, there's my story, and maybe when somebody sees a girl they find attractive who doesn't know how to interact with others, maybe they'll give it a shot. Who knows?